today, Toastmaster Gurpreet Singh.
Thank you, Madam.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, and good evening to one and all present here. So basically, I'm your grammarian for the evening, which means I'm your Wren and Martin for the evening. So my job as the grammarian would be to point out the very good usages of grammar as well as not so good usages of grammar. I would be also keeping a check on the pronunciation of certain words. However, we also have a word of the day, and the word of the day is expeditious. I would spell it for you, E-X-P-E-D-I-T-I-O-U-S, expeditious, which is an adjective, which means fast or efficient. To use it in a sentence, it would be, the CBI was expeditious in its investigation of the case. I request all the members and the guests to show a virtual thumbs up every time a speaker uses the word of the day on the stage. I shall also post the word of the day in the chat box. So I request all the speakers to use the word of the day. I shall present my report when called upon to do so. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gurpreet. Now we have our counter, Toastmaster Rahul Maheshwari.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, dear guests. Well, public speaking, it is not a very expeditious process. You take time, and gradually when you practice, you improve on it. But while you are practicing, you realize the nuts and bolts of public speaking. Those are the crutch words in any speech. The crutch words are like, so, you know, maybe the fumble, maybe using the words 2 times together, like the I just did right now. Well, these are crutch words which you have to improve over time, which comes with more and more practice. And to notify those crutch words in your speeches today, it is my role to prepare the report and present to you when I'm called upon to do so. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Yeah. And with that, we need to take care of time as well. So we have a timer, Toastmaster Shaunak Paul. Shaunak, will you please explain your role?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. So, in all events in our life, timing becomes a major factor in deciding the outcome. So much importance does timing really hold in Toastmasters International too. So my role as the timer is to keep all speakers informed of the various timing specifications. To do so, I'll take help of 3 colored cards. I'll show the green card at the end of minimum time. I'll show the yellow card at the end of mean time, and I'll show the red card at the end of maximum time. For prepared speeches, the timing will be 5 to 7 minutes. If it's not an icebreaker, where the timing is 4 to 6 minutes. For table topic sessions, the timing will be 1 to 2 minutes. And for speech evaluations, the timing will be 2 to 3 minutes. For prepared speeches and evaluations, there will be a 30-second grace period on both the upper and lower end. However, the 30-second grace period will be applicable on the table topic speeches only on the upper end. I'll present my report at the end of the meeting. Back to you, Madam General.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shaunak. Next, we have our wow counter for the day, Toastmaster Anirban Datta.
Madam General Evaluator, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. And I am the wow counter of today's meeting. And my job as a wow counter is to note down all of the wow moments of the meeting. A Toastmasters meeting consists of so many wow moments. A wow moment is basically when the speaker makes the audience clap or laugh or just leaves them amazed. At the end, when called upon, I'll be back with my 3 top wow moments from today's meeting. Thank you, and over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anirban. And as we take care of a grammar, of a crutch words, of a time, and the amazing features, we need to abide by certain rules as well. And to ensure that we do so, we have our parliamentary of the day, Toastmaster Keshav Maheshwari.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Good evening, everybody. As a parliamentarian, my role is to ensure that all the parliamentary norms are followed throughout the meeting. Specifically, I will request members to show a virtual thumbs up when a member uses the word of the day. Avoid the usage of sex, religion, and politics in a derogatory manner. Use full forms of all Toastmasters related terms like Project One and pathways like dynamic leadership, presentation, mastery, etc. I also request members to mute themselves unless it is their turn to speak, and do not write anything in the chat box when the speaker is delivering his speech. Back to you, Madam General.
Thank you, Toastmaster Keshav. And with that, to tell us more about nuts and bolts, let's welcome our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sumit Kumar. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Well, from the previous question, you must have noticed details is important. But it is. When you are prepared, you don't need much details. You know what is going to come. So preparation is the first step to put your nuts and bolts in the right place. And that's why we have a section called Prepared Speeches to improve your public speaking skills from the start. In the prepared speech section, speakers prepare speeches from their different pathways manual and deliver speeches according to that. So before calling out our first speaker for the day, let me call upon our evaluator, Toastmaster Achut Todi, to speak out her speech objectives. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, everyone. The first speaker for today is going to be delivering the second speech from the evaluation and feedback project as part of level 1. This speech has two purpose statements. The first one is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply feedback to a second speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to demonstrate that she has applied the feedback received for her first speech. The time for this is 5 to 7 minutes, and best of luck to the speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster Achut. When I asked the first speaker what she think about nuts and bolts, she told me that nuts and bolts reminds her of synergies, two entities that complement each other to make a while and make the whole exponentially more valuable than the parts. Well, it was a very wonderful answer, and really I loved the answer very much. So without any further ado, let's call upon Toastmaster Nivedita Todi. Who am I? Toastmaster Nivedita Todi. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, and a very good evening to all fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Now, before I start with my speech, let's have a quick show of hands, a virtual show of hands in this case. How many of you are the same person you were when you were born, or did you change along the way? Feel free to unmute your mics and participate and probably share a line or two, whether if you're the same person that you were when you started, or did you change along the way? Yes. Yes, Manish, please go.
I did.
I changed a lot. I used to feel very angry, but nowadays I've become calm with the time, with the experience, with the self-analysis of my life. I changed a lot, and I used to ruin my relationship with everybody in my business, in my family, in my relation with everybody. But now, because I have become calm, that's helping me in my business too also. Nowadays, sometimes I think how many mistakes I made when I used to be angry with people.
That's great.
Thank you.
That's great. Thank you so much. Anybody else?
Yeah, hi, this is Kirti. Can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, Nivedita, to answer your question, I personally feel I'm not even the person I was yesterday. Forget when I was born. It's like I'm changing every day, every hour.
Thank you so much, Kirti. So I want the audience here to hang on to this insight. You heard two speakers, both of whom said that they believe they've changed along the way. A very good evening again, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Am I the same person that I was when I was born? Or did I change along the way as well? I guess I can hear some echo, so I would request everyone to place their mics on mute. But coming back to the speech again, was I the same person or did I change along the way? I think I definitely changed along the way. Well, you see, when I was in class 3 or 4, I can still hear some echoes. I would request the moderator to please mute everyone. So I definitely changed along the way, because I know for sure that I was put into a boarding school for being a naughty child. So I really didn't have an option but to change. But I remember that when I was going through that process of analysis, like we heard our fellow Toastmaster Manish say, it too struck me that, now that I have the chance to change, why don't I try and become the most ideal child I had known in my life? That one child who everyone loves, everyone wants to be friends with, is perfect and has no fault in. I wanted to become that child. And slowly I did start to change and things did start becoming better. But one day in that process, I hit a wall. Oh, hello, Mr. Wall. You see, I'm trying to become the perfect child, but I keep hitting into you. Would you care to give way, please? And Mr. Wall looked at me and he said, well, my child, why are you trying to become someone else? Try and be the best version of who you can be. And that day, my friends, I almost had a revelation. It was almost like I was a small part of this big whole. We're all small parts of this big whole, small pieces of this big jigsaw puzzle, each one of us incomplete in our own might, but complete when it's all put together as a team. And that day I realized that probably I was not meant to have all the skills and all the good qualities in the world. It was divided between all of us. And that's how it was supposed to be. And that day started my quest of finding out, who was I? Was I a theater artist? Was I a business person? Was I someone who just loved being in love? Or was I someone who was made for probably higher purpose in life? Who knows? But those are too many questions, right? Let's take a step back. I do want to say something here today, that I've been blessed with a great family and I've done reasonably well in my professional career as well. But this one little feeling of incompleteness has stuck by me all these years. Who am I? But probably finding out the fact that I still don't know who I am is the best discovery I've ever made, because it keeps pushing me to find out who I am. What's the best thing about me? Well, amongst all of this, I just like to say that the best part about all of this has been that today I'm not scared anymore of this feeling of incompleteness. I know what my goal in life is, and I know I'll probably figure out the rest of it along the way. I don't need to know who I am right away. And why just me? Nobody knows who they are, right? We're all figuring it out. We don't know what the final answer is. And why just you and I? Even the universe doesn't know who it is. I mean, think about it. Its boundaries ever expanding, ever contracting, stars exploding, collapsing. Even the universe is in a process of self-discovery. And now that I think of it, it all makes sense, right? And I'm going to circle back to where I started. I don't know who I am. I'm still discovering myself. You don't know who you are. You too have changed along the way and are discovering yourself. And even the universe doesn't know who it is. There's probably an alien out there looking at us from a telescope, right? We don't know if we're even alone in this universe. And now that I say all of this, I'm reminded of the one quote by Carl Sagan, which says, and fits here so beautifully, right? We're all made up of star stuff. We are but a way for the universe to know its own self. Thank you, everyone.
Well, that was really a wonderful speech, and I love the way you ended. So moving on with the theme for, if you look around, you will find two kinds of people. The number one, who even don't know much about the content, they will quickly frame something in their mind and give you the answer. And number two is the ones who will ask you more about it. Tell me more, tell me more. they will keep on asking until or unless they are sure that, yeah, so this is something I can definitely say, and then only they will answer. So who are the best? Who are the good? Who is the best? So I will tell you about it. But before that, let's move on to the next speaker. And before I call upon the next speaker, let me call upon his evaluator, Toastmaster Deoshi Pradhan, to read out his speech objectives. Over to you.
Good evening, everyone. Is my voice clear? Hello, good evening.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, so the speaker is delivering his project 3 from level 1, and the purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. All the best to the speaker. Timer, please note the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, Toastmaster Prajwal has been mentored by Toastmaster Vishesh Mehra. And when I asked him, how much do you think perception matters in one's life? He said, I think the world is running on the perception, and the perception does matter. And I truly agree with him, and I will prove it today in the meeting. Well, without any further ado, let's call upon Toastmaster Prajwal, own your mornings and lead a legendary life. Toastmaster Prajwal.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters of the day. Are you a morning person? Do you get up at 5 a.m. every day? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I have never been a morning person in my whole life. I used to bunk my morning English tuitions by giving lame excuses to my parents like headache, stomachache, loose motion, etc. I used to bunk my college morning sessions to sleep till 9 a.m. in the morning. I used to be late at times, at my workplace in the initial days of my career. So when my parents asked me about my college days, and I told them that, my attendance would be more than 90%. But when I received the attendance report, it was a disaster. And you can imagine what were the consequences after that. After all this drama in my life for some time, I realized that if you start owning your morning, you can lead a legendary life. And this has happened on 19th March 2022, when I've started reading a book called The 5 a.m. Club, which is written by Robin Sharma, and it's a life-changing book. Today, I have been getting up at 5 a.m. consistently for last 90 plus days. This makes me feel proud, as I was not a child who will get up early in the morning. And I was not the one who will attend the morning tuition. So this really makes me feel so. And I started believe in the mantra called, where there is a will, there is a win. From 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. every morning is my victory hour, where I have started focusing on the 4 interior empire. I will present the 4 interior empire to you. Let me explain these 4 interior empires in simple word. Mindset is related to psychology. Heart set is related to emotionality. Soul set is related to spirituality. And health set is all about physicality. Nothing much, that's it. No mystery, no religious, fellow Toastmasters. But getting up at 5 a.m. has never been an easy task for me. It required a lot of passion, determination, perseverance, and commitment to install this process. I have started following a habit installation protocol for more than 90 days now, so that I can get up in the morning at 5 a.m. with the full willpower as well as the mental focus. I'll tell you what I do, but promise me that you will turn off the voice of your device as we go through this process. Let me present you the habit installation protocol for the better understanding from my speech. Look, all change is hard at first. So the phase 1 is called as the destruction stage. It requires a large amount of fuel to overcome these initial forces and to reach the escape velocity. See, all change is messy in the middle. So the stage 2 is called as the installation process, because it is like you are going through an interior renovation of sorts. And this stage will make you feel confused, terrible, and frustrated. And you might feel to quit off at this point of time. But you have to stay here in phase 2 for 22 days to achieve an unfathomable reward in life. Lastly, like I said, change is beautiful in the end. So at phase 3, it all comes together and it becomes a normal routine, on 66 days. And this is the sweet spot of your life. So this is how I have started owning my morning. Fellow Toastmasters, this has helped me, and this has helped a lot of elite performers and business tycoons and world greatest people in their lives as they rise early to start their day and to achieve the great things in their life. A psychology says that if you get up early in the morning, you have time for yourself, as 95% of the people are sleeping by that time. It is also saying that you can express your creativity and you can start your morning peacefully without being rushed in the morning. So fellow Toastmasters, I strongly recommend that you own your morning to lead a legendary life. Over to you, Toastmasters of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prajwal. It was really motivating, and I am now hoping to change my schedule. Moving on with the theme. So before I answer who is the best, let me tell you about more. These two kinds of people which I have talked earlier have particular names. One is censor and one is institutional. An institutional is someone who live in the future and immersed in the world of possibilities. They process information through patterns and impressions. And institutional people value inspiration and imagination more. They gather knowledge by reading between the lines and not paying much heed to the details. Why? The censors are just opposite of that. They focus on present. They are here and now people. They are factual and process information through the 5 senses, and they see things from all perspectives. So I would like to ask you a question, and I want you to type this answer in the chat box. What do you think? Are you an institutional or a censor? Please type. So while you are typing, I hope you all have done typing in the chat box. And let's move on to the next speaker. The next speaker has been mentored by Toastmaster DTM Kunal Pabrai. And before calling him, let me call upon his evaluator, DTM Archita Tiwari, to read out his speech objectives.
Thank you, Roastmaster of the Day. Apologies, I'm facing a little bit of bandwidth issues due to which I can't switch on my video. I will do so when I deliver the evaluation. For now, I would like to the purpose of this project is for member to apply the skills needed to successfully lead in a volunteer organization. The purpose of the speech is also for the member to share some of his or her experience serving as a leader in this voluntary organization. Timer, please note the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes, and all the best to the speaker.
Thank you, DTM Archita, to reading out his speech objectives. So when I asked Toastmaster Shaurya, how much do you see yourself as a person who sees the bigger picture or who looks for details? He said he always go for the bigger picture because it is the only way anyone can make it big. Well, that is one way of thinking, and it clearly shows he is an institutional. So without any further ado, please put your hands, virtual hands together, and welcome Toastmaster Shaurya Roy. No names, Toastmaster Shaurya Roy.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. It was the first week of the year 2017 when I became the Vice President Education of this particular club. It was the most difficult executive committee role that I had ever taken up, and I was supposed to arrange weekly meetings for 6 months. So the first thing I did after that was to call up a certain gentleman. Hi, this is Shaurya Roy. You have not delivered a single speech in a really, really long time. Can we please have one from you this weekend? In reply, I would get to know that he was out of town and he was going to let me know whenever it was possible for him. And I would obviously take no names. Good evening to one all who is present here. Can I hear it?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you, Ms. Later. 2 days later, it was time for the first ever meeting which I had set up as the VP Education. And after everything went all right, I gave myself a pat in the back and I said to myself, 1 down, 25 to go. The remaining 25 weeks were broadly divided into 2 parts inside my mind. The first part consisted of the next 3 weeks, and the second part consisted of the next 22 weeks. And it was divided in that fashion because I had just got employed and I was scheduled to be dispatched anywhere in West Bengal from 30th January 2017. And hence I was not so sure about continuing. And as it turned out, my workplace was 60 kilometers away from my home, and it did really seem tough for me to continue. Until I found out that I was going to have all my Fridays as holidays and all my Sundays as work days. And after that, I would cruise to the second part of the journey feeling much more composed and relaxed. And I would always remember the next 22 weeks for a bunch of significant moments. We had the first ever joint meeting of our division in 6 years among Kolkata Toastmasters Club, Salt Lake Toastmasters Club, and City of Jaya Toastmasters Club. Unlike nowadays, it was not a regular occurrence back then, and hence it was really fun to come together and collaborate for the very first time. And then, of course, there was the contest season that we had in the month of March 2017. There was this one gentleman who was really skeptic about his KTM journey. He used to work in Newtown, Rajarhat, and hence it was really difficult for him to attend meetings. For 3 months, I would only give him the roles of the speech evaluator and the table topics master so that he could make it in time. And then, when he was able to win the table topics contest that year, it was satisfaction like I never experienced before, and I would obviously take no names. There were 4 division contestant slots that year, and out of which 3 of them were occupied by our club members. Morale was at an all-time high, and every week after the meeting, a group of at least 9 or 10 KTM members would take over Park Street KFC. The faces varied each and every week, but the numbers never decreased. And eventually, the 22 weeks passed by and I was relieved. I was all but ready to become the president, and then what happened was pure magic. It was decided that the entire team would continue for 6 more months. And then my nightmare had just gotten itself a new expiry date, and I would have to survive 6 more months to get there. But then as time went on, the number of significant moments just got increasing and increasing. And the highlight obviously was the contest season that we had in the month of October 2017. It was the most star-studded contest season that I had ever witnessed in my 6 years in this club. We had multiple contenders, and by multiple I mean more than 5. But in the evaluation contest, some of them choked. Some of them got timed out, and in the end, the winner was someone who was a complete underdog and was doing only his second evaluation. And even though I was the first runners-up, it was somehow satisfying because it was me who had bullied him to participate. And I would obviously take no names. In the human speech contest, there were a record of 8 participants, and each one of them invoked laughter. But then, having said that, in that particular term, all the other area clubs were from Siliguri. And as it turned out, the area representatives from Siliguri backed out from coming to Kolkata on the very last moment of area contest. So as it turned out in the area contest, both the KTM contenders would end up facing one another. Till then, it was the most peculiar contest that I had ever been a part of. And it felt really odd to compete against someone whom I myself motivated to pursue in the first place. Until that, I think that it was because of that experience that both the KTM contestants fell short in the divisional contest that year. Eventually, time went on like a blur, and all of a sudden, it was December. If I had to summarize my entire journey during that particular year in Toastmasters, I would say that it was fulfilling. When I took up this particular role, I had no expectations. I thought that I would not be able to improve because my entire focus would be to help others to improve. And with that thought in mind, I went out and did certain things which I never thought I could do. I took the liberty to pursue certain people and even bully them for role plays and speeches. In the process, it was certainly fulfilling to see certain members rise up to the occasion. And I would obviously take no names. And throughout all of that, in spite of having no expectations, I would somehow get better in the art of persuasion. And hence, it was really fulfilling. And so, after everything was done and dusted, in the last week of December, I would place a call to this gentleman once again. Hi, this is Shaurya Roy. You have not delivered a speech in my entire term as the VP Education. Can we please have one from you this Friday? And in reply, I would get to know that he was still out of town, like all the other times I had called him, and he would deliver one real fast in the upcoming term. But by that point of time, I had understood really well the value of letting people help themselves. And so I would hang up in silence. And I would, as usual, obviously take no names. Over to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shaurya Roy. It was a really inspirational speech and it really moved me from inside. So moving on, I have asked you whether you are an institutional or not, and I don't see any replies. So please, can you please type it now? I request everyone, please decide whether you are institutional and or a censor. Please type in this chat box. Well, you can start typing. Okay, so
Sumit, I'm really sorry. What was the first word you said? I completely.
Whether you are an institutional or a censor.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So well, okay. If you don't want to type, no worries. Let's put your test on scale. I have something to share with you all, and let's see how much you get it. Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
So are you ready to test your skills, whether you are institutional or censor, or how your perception plays in your life a role? So moving on. What do you say? What do you see? Anyone, please just unmute yourself and speak. I want participation, please.
I see a peak.
Okay.
A rabbit.
Also a hare. Rabbit.
A woodpecker.
Okay. So anyone else who want to speak or want to say?
The duck.
Yes, it seems a bird.
Okay.
It's a reversible picture.
Okay, so let me tell you, it's a picture where perception plays a very important role. If you look at it initially, it looks as a rabbit. But if you look closely, the back hand, which seems ear of rabbit, is actually the beak of a duck. So you see how seeing from different angles change the perspective altogether. So now you can figure out whether you can see the both of them or not. Now moving on. How many triangles can you see in this picture? Anyone? Just participate, guys.
5 at least.
Six.
7.
One triangle.
7.
1.
12.
I see 7. 7.
8.
You will be very shocked to the answer. There are no triangles in this picture. It looks like there are 2 triangles placed above each other, but in reality it doesn't. It's just 3 pieces of Pac-Man and 3 greater than and smaller than symbols jump together, which looks like 2 triangles placed above each other. And you can see, if you don't, you just came to the conclusion without closing look. So that's why I'm saying, please pay attention to what you are being shown. So moving on. What do you see?
A horse.
A lady.
A horse.
Okay, Toastmaster Deepak, can you tell me where you are seeing lady?
On his head, above his nose.
That's absolutely correct. If you first glance at the picture, you will see there's an ordinary picture of an horse. But if you please pay close attention to it, you will see that in the nose there is a shade of a lady in white. And I know many of you missed that. And Toastmaster Deepak, congratulations, you got it. So now moving on. This is something which is really fun, and I want answers from everyone. Describe in one sentence what you are saying. Just one sentence.
Dance.
Celebrations.
I see celebration.
Okay, just one sentence. I told one sentence, not word.
Okay.
Frolicking at the
Flags.
fair.
Anyone? I want more answers.
Violating the COVID norms.
Okay, Toastmaster Deepak, can you speak?
Sorry?
Can you describe in one sentence what is it shown?
He's again seeing a
People
goal
are
only.
dancing in the circle, in a circle.
Toastmaster Rahul?
I'm just seeing people holding flags and running towards the tree.
Okay. Okay, so, well, I will take last response from DTM Archita. Are you there? Okay, so I think she might be having some network issues. So I will tell you, if you look closely, if you are an institutioner, you may think that these people are celebrating for something and they are dancing because of that. But there is nothing you can prove that where they are celebration of what. They may be dancing because of some festival or something like that. Or so there are many ways to answer that, and that's how the way you answer. If you pay close attention to and then put it on your answer, that makes you a censor. And if you just randomly watch it and see on overlook that there are a bunch of people ranting with flags holding, you might think they are celebrating Independence Day or something like that, then you are institutional. Now moving on to the last thing, this is really a perception test, and I want to see what do you see. I want to tell you what do you see. Anyone?
There's a young lady and an old lady.
Oh. Where do you see the old lady? Can you please explain?
The old lady is that big nose, and she's wearing a cap, And that cap is the cap of the young girl also.
Just marvelous, Toastmaster Anusha. It was like I was not expecting anyone to guess that, but you really nailed it. And yeah, if you look closely to this picture, initially it seems only a young girl looking backwards. But if you look closely, this picture is a depiction of an old lady too, who is really sad. We don't know why she's sad, but the artists who have made this have tried to told us that there are two pictures of a same woman. So this was it from me, and thank you very much for your participation. And I hope you can figure out how much important it is to pay close attention to the details. Now, moving on. You have seen when you are thrown something randomly at it, you need to have a close eye on it. And that's why we have a table topic session for you, where you will be given a random topic and you have to speak on it. So this table topic master, when I asked him what he thinks about nuts and bolts, he said it is the savior of mechanics. Well, I totally agree. He answered it from his mind and really close attention to it. So without any further ado, let's call upon the table topic master for today, Toastmaster Naren Agarwal.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Sumit. Today I'm the table topics master of the day, which means we move into the impromptu section of today's meeting. This section will encourage our Toastmasters and dear guests to think on their feet. And we focus on 4 essential communication skills in this topic, table topic session. 1 is listening, 2nd is thinking, 3rd is organizing, and the 4th is speaking. So I will be throwing topics at you and you will have to come impromptu and speak. The timer please note, must be at least 1 minute and no more than 2 minutes for each speaker, where you will show the green sign in 1 minute, yellow sign at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red sign at 2 minutes. I also encourage everybody to use the word of the day, please. And the word of the day is expeditious. Everybody please note, today's theme is nuts and bolts. And the topics that are going to be coming to you are going to be something that are from COVID times. You know, in COVID times, we've been at home. We've been able to pay more attention. We've been able to have a greater perception to the very mundane daily things that maybe you used to pay attention to as a child, but in our busy day, we forget. But when we're back in COVID times, there's these small things that have come up. And that's what I want to bring upon. And I want your nuts and bolts on the perspective, on the topic, and your perspective on the topics. Having said that, who is willing to volunteer? I'm here on the gallery screen. So if you want to volunteer, please raise your hand or use the raise hand feature. I saw Mr. Munish Gupta, Toastmaster Munish Gupta raise his hand the first. So I will go with him.
Yes, please.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Toastmaster Munish, your topic is birds chirping in the morning. Toastmaster Munish, birds chirping in the morning.
Good evening, everybody. Nowadays, whenever I go for a walk, otherwise, before that COVID-19, we were busy. We were in a rat race. We were always busy or always in stress. How to expand our business, how to grow, how to take care of our kids. Nowadays, we are absolutely free. Because of business, we have no business right now. Because the economy has gone down. People are not interested to buy the things in the business which I'm doing. And now, in the beginning, it used to hurt me. After that, now I'm relaxed. When I go for a walk, when I go in the park, after doing exercise, I lie down. I sit over there. I close my eyes. I hear the birds chirping. That I didn't realize of before that. Because before that, I was in a rat race. I was always thinking to do something, what I have to do today. And now, we have very little thing to do. But I learned one thing. That gives me satisfaction. That gives me calm. Otherwise, in a day-to-day life, birds are chirping, but we don't listen. We didn't hear. But when you hear, you're calm, When you close your eyes, if you don't close your eyes, if you're calm, if you're listening, you listen bird chirping and you really enjoy. That is life. That is life. That people, anybody who's in a rat race, who's in a cutthroat competition, doing something live, will never hear bird chirping, will never hear bird chirping. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Munish ji, for the wonderful take on the topic. I bet you made a lot of us miss morning walks because a lot of us are doing morning walks down the kitchen and the hallway now at our home. So thank you very much.
Age also better, because it's my age. If I don't walk, I'll put on a weight. I'll obese. You are young. If you do not walk, you will keep yourself fit with that.
Thank you. Thank you. Who would like to go next? I see Toastmaster Rahul raised his hand. Toastmaster Rahul, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Toastmaster Rahul, the topic for you is Under the Moonlight. Under the Moonlight, Toastmaster Rahul.
Our perception towards the outer world is so different now. What we were 4 months back and what we are today, it is so different. I mean, today when I look back to myself 4 months back, under the moonlight, I would have been chilling with my friends at some cafe. But today, under the moonlight, my routine has completely changed. Me going out of my house, doing the same thing I used to do before is no more an option. I use my time much more wisely. And under the moonlight, if things have changed during this COVID-19 pandemic, it is one thing that I have taken care about my health drastically. Me going out with friends regularly on a very regular basis, meeting them, having fun with them every evening was becoming a kind of routine which was a part of my life on an everyday basis. But nowadays, the only silver lining to Corona is that it gives me time to take care of myself, and does not really mean that I work out continuously or every evening. It does give me time to detach from the other world and think a lot about myself. When I'm thinking about changing times, when I talk about under the moonlight, I don't just say, I'm not just speaking about one particular time. I'm also speaking about the time in general. I mean, times have changed so much. What you were supposed to do, what you were going to do 4 months back, it has no connection with what you're going to do right now. And that is how I think that is how I think the perception, the ways people have been living life nowadays has changed drastically over these few months. And in the coming months as well, I think if things are not going to go back to the normal, you're going to live this life the same way it is. And it has become kind of a habit, a good habit, in fact, helping so many people, doing so different things, trying new things in their lives. And the best thing is that next year, I just hope that next year when we are out of this pandemic, that people don't come up and say that I didn't have enough time. So all we are getting to do under this bright moonlight, I know I've deviated a lot, under this bright light, is that we make the most out of the current situation and hope all of this ends very soon. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rahul, for the positivity, regardless of whatever you think. But it was really positive. Thanks for encouraging us. So I appreciate that. Okay, can we have more volunteers? I see Toastmaster Pratyaya Deep, if I'm pronouncing your name right. Are you ready, Toastmaster?
Yes.
The topic for you is the fresh smell of rain. The fresh smell of rain.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, everyone. So the fresh smell of rain. Now 5 to 6 days from back, we don't have rain here in Bhubaneswar. So today only we get the rain. So the smell is really, what you can say, enchanting, you can say. It's the best smell than ever. Even from the perfume also, you can say those were made by the human needs, because they are the creation of universe. Those are the creation from our God. So basically I want to say that smell is basically used to give what you can say, basically gives the smell of the nature, you can say. And it's not any artificial smell, you can say. It's the smell of the originality of our country. It's the smell of our nature. As you can say that, see that in many foreign countries also, due to many buildings of roads and development of the cities, we don't get all those types of smell during the rain. But in our country, as we are very much we're very much what you can say to we are very much what you can say uh, to our environment, so we can do that to conserve our forest, and we can get that smell in our motherland. So I think that it's a very necessary smell we can get from our nature. So I think that, yeah, that's a great smell. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. I appreciate that you connected the topic to our earth and our country, and how you linked it all up with the Freedom Day coming. So thank you so much for that. And lucky that you had rain, and so you could think about what to talk about this recently. I want to go to the ladies in the meeting, because I've picked 3 gentlemen already. So I want to go to the ladies of the meeting. Can we have Toastmaster Anusha Khurana?
Yeah, I'm here.
We cannot see a video for some reason. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Toastmaster Anusha, the topic for you is barking street dogs. Barking street dogs. Toastmaster.
Well, after the esoteric rain and the chirping of the birds, to get barking street dogs, I don't know if it's a wonderful situation or it's a really ironical one. But freedom to the dogs, because of the humans caged inside their houses, and the beauty of the moonlight shining on these dogs is one thing one can picturize. Staying in the city, we of course see the dogs roaming around, barking, destroying the peace in the middle of the night. But if we stop and we pause and we go out and we give them something to eat, which incidentally, according to the Supreme Court, is an allowable act, then these very barking street dogs become parking street dogs. Parking because they park themselves right in front of your house, and they are your friends from here to eternity. So barking street dogs is a topic which has a lot of positive connotations for me, especially during COVID days, because they keep unwanted strangers away from the colony. They roam around and mark their territory. And at the same time, they are really friendly. I remember an incident where an old lady would come and feed the dogs in front of my house. And I used to have a very heated argument with her, because these barking street dogs used to make life really miserable for me. But when I entered and I began to feed these street dogs, that's when I realized that these street dogs are friends forever. So it's just barking street dogs has taught me there are 2 sides to every coin. You can look at the negativity, and if you want, you can look at the positivity. So COVID days has taught me, look at the coin, but look at the coin from the shinier side, from the positive side. It's not head or tails, it's both the rails. Tails, no puns intended. Back to the table topics master.
Wow, thank you so much, Toastmaster Anusha. Just to everybody else here, I promise this is not scripted. I had not sent her the topic beforehand, because the way she spoke, it almost seemed like she was prepared from days to end. So thank you so much for the wonderful speech, Toastmaster Anusha. Having said that, I would, anybody else, I want to pick a guest coming to our meetings regularly, and I want to encourage her to speak today on our table topics. Guest Debarati Chakraborty, can we have you? Are you there? Guest Debarati Chakraborty. Guest Debarati, are you there with us?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. I want to encourage you to speak. So, guest, can we have you speaking today?
Yeah. Good
Awesome.
evening, one and all present here.
Good evening. Good evening. I cannot see a video for some reason. Ms. Chakraborty, could we have your video on?
Yeah, some reason actually the video I cannot put it on.
Okay, no problem. Let's go with the audio. Let's go with the audio.
Yeah, sure. Good evening once again, one and all present here. Hello, everyone.
Good evening.
And and this is my first time. Actually, I'm here to speak, but I have attended previous meetings. But I was not able to speak. Yeah, I didn't get the opportunity to speak. But today I got the opportunity to speak. Thank you for that.
This is about. So we're very happy that you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ms. Chakraborty, are you ready for your topic?
Yeah. I'm ready. Yeah.
So your topic is newspaper ads. Newspaper ads. Please start.
Newspaper ads. Okay. So I'm going to share a few lines on newspaper ads. Actually, most of us, we have a habit of reading newspaper daily. And now during the COVID days, it's been a habit of me also. Though I was not a frequent reader of newspaper, but since I'm locked down as we are all, so I've also started and got into this positive habit of reading newspaper. And these ads actually help us a lot. Like, for example, I would give Byju's app. I'm sure we all are aware of that. Byju's, right?
Yes, we have.
Ms. Chakraborty, you're muted for some reason. You're muted.
Hello, everyone.
You may continue. Please continue. There seems to be some technical error. Guest Devarati Chakraborty, her mic got muted. So anyways, thank you very much. I think I'm out of time for my section. So I will take your permission and end the meeting now. Hopefully the ones who wanted to speak can get a chance to speak in the next meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Naren Agarwal. It was really a wonderful table topic session. If I would have not been a Toastmaster of the day, I would have really participated in it. So, moving on. Evaluation is very important when we talk about doing something perfectly. Because the moment we start evaluate ourselves, we start looking for our nuts and bolts. We start observing more and more. Many millennials think that they are able to see the big picture. Well, seeing the big picture is not a wrong thing. In fact, it is a very good way to see the world around you. You can see more than what the other people can see. But make sure that whether you see, can you make it possible? Because when you ask this question, your perception changes. And the moment your perception changes, you will start looking for the details and then frame your opinion. And that will be when you put all your nuts and bolts in the right place and you are ready to tackle the whole world. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sumit. We had 3 speakers in our prepared speech section today. Our first speaker was Toastmaster Nivedita Todi, who was evaluated by Toastmaster Achyut Todi. I request her evaluator to kindly present his report.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Good evening, audience, to an introspective journey of self-reflection, and especially our guide for the journey, Toastmaster Nivedita. I'd like to share a few thoughts on this journey which you walked us through. What made this memorable for me was the thought-provoking topic selection and the way you, in congruency with this thought-provoking nature, kept the audience engaged, right from the questions in your introduction to interspersing comments which prompted the audience to deliberate on what you had shared throughout the speech. These features made sure that you had the audience right where you needed them at your will with all their complete attention. To top this off, you had an amazing demeanor of calmness on stage when you handled the two incidences of echoes which normally disturb a speaker. And since you're in the formative stages of your Toastmasters journey, this was amazing to see. But the point which blew this off the charts was how you grabbed or how you improved upon the feedback provided in the previous speech, which was to work on your conclusion and weave it better into the speech. You took this piece of feedback with aplomb. Your speech was resplendent, your conclusion was resplendent with a profound quote by Carl Sagan. And that left me as part of the audience with a lot of food for thought. But like our general evaluator said on earlier, the biggest room is for improvement. And here are a few suggestions of how you could fill your void. I complain that this was a trailer of who you are. Because Who Am I by Nivedita can definitely be much more powerful. And I think today's delivery was a little expeditious. There was an engaging introduction and there was a thoughtful conclusion. But a substantial body was perhaps not so present to stitch the two together. You could improve this by maybe giving examples of what led you to disrupt your idea of who you were in your life. And you had a fairly colorful experience in terms of both personal and professional settings. You could also substantiate this abstraction by sharing a few metaphors of what actually led you to speak to that wall and how it led you that revelation, because I'm sure that didn't come about overnight, right? Apart from that, I think another thing you could focus on is eye contact. Now, speaking on video could be quite tricky, especially because you don't have as much exposure to your gestures and body language. But eye contact here becomes of paramount importance because you're visibly larger on the screen. You're zoomed in to a frame from your chest and head up, right? And your eyes, and if you're looking straight into the camera, this demonstrates a certain level of composure and confidence. And the last point, I think, was a little bit of repetition in the introductory part of your speech. Two specific instances. On 2 minutes, you were still repeating your final line of introduction. And at 4 minutes, 20 seconds, you reach the crux of your speech. I believe with some work on the allocation of time to the introduction, body, and conclusion, you can have a more well-rounded speech. On the whole, to be honest, I think I'm nitpicking, right? Because this is just a part, this is the beginning of your Toastmasters journey. And you've actually demonstrated a promising foundation. There has been amazing composure when you were on stage. You had amazing audience awareness because you kept engaging with them back and forth, ensured that they were glued to your speech. And finally, you've demonstrated an ability to learn by responding to feedback, the feedback which you received in the previous speech. Summarizing all of this, I think you just have to stay rooted to your strong points and start working on your points of improvement one by one, and you will definitely realize that who you are as a speaker and disrupt yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Achyut. You covered it all, leaving very little less room for me to comment on. Only one suggestion, Nivedita, that if you can sit in a position where your hand gestures are more visible, the impact would have been more. And Toastmaster Achyut, I really appreciate your evaluation, but if you could manage everything in time, it will be really good. Next, we had our second speaker, Toastmaster Prajal Ghosh, who will be evaluated by Toastmaster Devarshi Pradhan.
Good evening, Toastmasters, guests, and the fellow member of the 5 AM Club, Toastmaster Prajal. It is said that an early morning is a blessing for the whole day. And your speech, sir, was definitely a blessing for everybody in this meeting who had forgotten to wake up on time in this quarantine season like me. Your speech telling us about what advantages does 5 a.m., waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning do. Toastmaster Prajwal, there are various things that I loved about the speech. The first amongst them is how you aced your project objectives. The objectives of your speech was to research on a topic and present it. You researched on a book called The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma, and you presented your research thoroughly, going by each and mentioning all the steps, going through all the processes that was mentioned in the book, and also adding some more research facts to it. You definitely aced your project objectives. The second thing that I loved about your speech was that you preached what you did. Toastmaster Prajwal, everything, all the lessons that you taught today is some other things that you yourself are doing. And I love that you chose such a topic to talk about and to tell everyone who's in a meeting. The third thing about your speech that I loved was this pace on what you spoke. You had calmness and the pace was steady throughout the speech. You had a composure and I love that. Even Toastmaster Prajwal, even though your speech was great, there are some of the parts which I think could improve. The one among them is how you introduce the habit installation protocol. Your speech was going in a very smooth manner, but when you reached the habit installation protocol, its steadiness got shaken. Like it felt that the transition was not quite smooth. I felt you got stuck on some place or somewhat. So next time you come on stage, try to frame the sentences in a more smoother and a more better way so that it goes in a one single flow. The second thing that I think that it would improve in your speech was some explanation of some of the terms. In your whole speech, you talked about terms like mindset, heart set, soul set, health set, and all the phases of habit installation protocol. But you just touched on those lines and you did not explain more on them. So I felt like it felt like the information coming, but even before I could like observe all in it, you had already moved on to the next topic, and I could not even like note down everything that you spoke. The third thing that I think you could improve on your speech is the ending. Toastmaster Prajwal, you had a great speech, a powerful speech. You taught about the things that advantages that waking up at 5 a.m. brings to our lives. And it's a very strong message that you want to deliver. But I felt that that strength of the speech was lost when you reached the ending, and it was ended in quite a fast and a feeble way, which did not prove to be strong. Overall, you had a great speech with you aced the objectives. You spoke on what you do, and you had great pace. But if you could improve on some of the transitions and explanation of terms and the ending, you'll have a more better speech along the way as you go on the Toastmasters journey. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Devashi, for those experience evaluation. Toastmaster Prajwal, it was a wonderful speech and we had many things to take back home. But I have one complaint against you. You have a wonderful smile, and please buy us with it, because at times it seemed that you were a bit hard on yourself. So if you had smiled a bit more, you would have looked more comfortable. And Devashi was a really good evaluation. My only suggestion, if you could do away with the first point, second point, third point, and just give evaluations. Our third speaker was Toastmaster Shaurya Roy, and he will be evaluated by distinguished Toastmaster Archita Tiwari. Over to you, ma'am.
Am I audible and visible? Quick check, Madam General Evaluator.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Good evening to all the Toastmasters and the guests present here, and to our speaker, Toastmaster Shaurya Roy in particular. Today you gave a speech about your Vice President Education's journey in Toastmasters or in Kolkata Toastmasters in particular. And here are the few things that I felt you did brilliantly in your speech today. First thing was your wonderful introduction. The way you introduced yourself with a dialogue, that once you got this role, what was the first dialogue, the first conversation you had with one of the older members, of course, in your style, taking no names. So that I think was very engaging. It got us hooked to, okay, what is more that is coming up next? Second thing that I felt that you did really, really well was your personal experiences or how you as a person did your role really, really well. More importantly, you gave us an insight to who you are as an individual and not just as a vice president education. Towards the end of your speech, you mentioned something like, I had by then learned that if these matters are not to be pressed. So you gave us an insight into the learning, into the individual that you became via the process of vice president education. And I think that insight was very valuable for me as an audience member, because I understood what are the things that this role could teach us. Third, I feel that your entire content of the speech was very personalized. And at the same time, this is the content that would inspire many people, which happens to be one of the objectives of your speech. Your objectives of the speech say share an experience of a voluntary organization, which means you are required to make sure that this experience reaches out to maximum people, ensuring that they get motivated and inspired by your journey. And that's exactly what you did, fulfilling your objective. However, not just as a vice president education, not just as an individual, not just as a Toastmaster, but as a speaker, we all can improve. And therefore, here are a couple of suggestions from my end for your speech. First of all, I really would have felt that if you had told us a few challenges that you faced in the role and how you overcame those challenges very, very specifically, I think it would have really helped us. While the content was great, it was missing specific incidents. I can talk in a generic manner about a journey, or I can tell exactly where I halted, exactly when I did what, and exactly how I overcame that. So that details, God is in the details, and I was missing that details. Second, I felt that there was a lot of data in your speech, and there was more description than required. Personally, as you were talking about your vice president education's journey, there was a lot of data that, okay, for 6 months I decided to take it up, and then another 6 months it got extended, 25 weeks. So the first time when you said 6 months, I think it's almost clear that it's 24 weeks and it got extended. So the data was a little too much, and the summary started right at the green card. When you had a lot of time to go ahead with the speech, you started saying and to summarize. So I felt that came a little early. However, I truly agree with the point that your journey has been a fantastic one. We have a lot to learn from it, and I hope that you continue to grow as a speaker. Thank you so much.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Archita. Shaurya, I have only one suggestion for you. That is, if you could add some description of the contest, like the stage, what was happening, that we could have imagined something. You could have taken us places by creating images. And with that, I'll quickly evaluate the table topic speakers. Our first speaker was guest Manish, and wonderful. You ornamented your words with perfect non-verbal gestures, and we completely enjoyed listening to you. And I'm sure in coming days, we'll get to hear more from you. Then we had Toastmaster Rahul, who had a wonderful take on the abstract topic. I'm really looking for the moon and hope it comes out soon, because in this, like, I was so stressed with hearing Corona for all these months. Now we have a different take to it. We can see the silver lining of the moon now. Then our guest Pratyadeep came. Kudos to you for taking your step to raise your hand in a table topic. To be very honest, being members at times, we hold ourselves back. And thanks for reminding us of the joys that Mother Earth provides us.
Thank you very much.
Then we had Toastmaster Anusha. You had an amazing take on the topic. My only recommendation is to use your hand gestures to substantiate what you say, because we not only hear what you say, we also see your words. And with your hands, you create more impact. And finally, we had This one. Guest Debarati. There was some technical glitch, and I'm really looking forward to next week to hear you. I'll quickly take my report from my team to start with. Yes, our grammarian Toastmaster Gurpreet Singh.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, and good evening once again to everyone. So it was a pretty tough time noting down things. I'll start off straight away with the good usages of grammar. And I will not take names. You've got it, to whom I'm referring to actually. You know, this person made a wonderful use of the technique called repetition. And I was reminded of William Shakespeare, where, you know, Shakespeare says, but Brutus is an honorable man. However, the second good usage of grammar was a play of words where barking street dogs can actually become parking street dogs. So the play of words was just amazing. The third was the demeanor of calmness and then fill your voids, and a wonderful usage of a word which is enchanting. However, there were, you know, not so good usages of grammar as well. I truly agrees with him should be I truly agree with him. I started believe in the mantra should be I started believing in the mantra. You might feel like quitting off. When you are ending a sentence with quitting, it does not take a preposition. So it should be you might feel like quitting instead of you might feel like quitting off. Someone who live in the future should be someone who lives in the future. And thank you to reading out the objectives should be thank you for reading out the objectives. The word of the day was used twice, once by Toastmaster Rahul Maheshwari and the second time by Toastmaster Shreya Goswami. That's it from my end. So I close the Ren and Martin for the day. Over to you, Madam President and General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gurpreet. Next, we have our R counter, Toastmaster Rahul Maheshwari.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Well, the nuts and bolts of any speech. Let me see how our speakers did today regarding the nuts and bolts of their speech. Our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Shreya, was flawless. Toastmaster Sumit had 3 and 3 Toastmaster Keshav had 1 Toastmaster Achyut had multiple multiple 1 Toastmaster Prajwal had 1 like and 2 so. Distinguished Toastmaster had 1 Toastmaster Naren had multiple Guest Pratyaya Deep had multiple 2 likes, 1 so, and 4 you knows. Toastmaster Anusha had 1 and the rest of the speakers were completely flawless. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you. Next, we have our timer for the day, Toastmaster Shaunak.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests once again. So I am about to present my report. So Toastmaster Achyut took 4 minutes 38 seconds time, so he stands disqualified for the voting. Toastmaster Devarshi took 3 minutes 38 seconds time, and so Toastmaster Devarshi also stands disqualified. Rest of the speakers were just expeditious and hence eligible for voting. That's all from my side. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shaunak. Next, we have the wow counter of the day, Toastmaster Anirban Datta.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Good evening once again, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. It was such a wonderful meeting today. There were so many wow moments that I noted down. But here are my top 3 wow moments from today's meeting. The third top wow moment was in the very beginning when our President Toastmaster Shreya started the meeting with a small story. And it was really, really good. And am I audible? I suddenly got muted.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, the second top wow moment was Toastmaster Anusha Khurana's table topics. It was really, really good. It almost felt like it was a prepared. Hello? Am I audible?
Yeah, please continue.
Really sorry for there's some network
Yeah,
Well,
please continue.
the second top wow moment was Toastmaster Anusha Khurana's table topics. It was a really good table topic, and it almost felt like it was a prepared speech, but it was not. So that was a job very well done. And the top wow moment was the entire role of Toastmaster of the Day played by Toastmaster Sumit Kumar. It was a job really well done. He also engaged the audience from time to time, and also the activity that he did with the audience, that was also really good. So here are my top 3 wow moments from today's meeting. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Anirban. Next, we have our parliamentarian, Toastmaster Keshav Maheshwari.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Good evening once again. All the parliamentary norms were followed except for one or two instances where the participants unmuted themselves while the speaker was speaking. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Keshav. And I'll quickly give a brief review of the Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Deepak Vaid. Deepak, you started the meeting a bit late, but however, after that you continued really well. I understand like you were waiting for some of the participants, but it's always good to start on time. Next, we had our Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Sumit Kumar, with a wonderful take with nuts and bolts. And I really appreciate you for engaging the audience and for being the perfect host. You gave a wonderful introduction to the speakers, the energy. And then we had our table topic master, Toastmaster Naren Agarwal. Again, wonderful topics. I have never heard of such topics before. And you as well involved everyone, Toastmasters from other clubs, guests, job well done. So I'll request the poll master to launch the poll and request all of you to cast your vote. And please wait because we have wonderful news ahead. Until the results are out, I'll request, Debarati, are you here? She might have left. So I'll request our guests and Toastmasters from other clubs to kindly share their feedback.
Am I audible? Hello?
Yeah, you are. Please continue.
Hello. Myself,
you are.
Debarati, am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please continue.
Hello.
You are Debarati.
Am I audible?
Okay, we'll get back to her. I'll request Toastmaster Anubhav from one of my favorite clubs, L&T, to kindly share his feedback, like what he liked and what we can work upon.
Very good evening to all. This is my third time with Kolkata Toastmasters Club. And every Friday evening, I try to come for the last 2-3 meetings, but I couldn't make it. Today is a lucky day for me. Somehow I managed to there at 7. Thank you. And we look forward to Kolkata Toastmasters Club all the time because of its quality and the way they conduct the meeting from starting to end. Thank you very much. And I'm learning a lot from all of you. Over to you.
Thank you. And I'll try to join your meeting tomorrow as well.
Wow.
Okay. And guest Munish, can we have your feedback, please?
This is my also third meeting. I really enjoyed. And today I was settled along at 6:50. I thought because I don't take a meeting from home, I come to my office. I slept long. When I got up, I saw it's 5 minutes to 7. I rushed. I came to my office. I was late for 20 minutes. I really enjoyed. I do not want to miss next time also. Whenever I attend meeting, I learn something from you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It's really encouraging for us when you people come back.
Thank you.
And to encourage us more, let's announce the ribbon winners for today. So best auxiliary role player for tonight out of the grammarian, R counter, timer, war counter, and parliamentarian, it goes to our nostalgia, our Red and Martin. Congratulations, Toastmaster Gurpreet Singh.
Thank you so much.
And then the best table topic speaker. Anusha, I want you again next week for a hat trick. Congratulations, Anusha.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for participating. We don't have a best evaluated. We don't have a best evaluator today, as only two of them exceeded the time limit. So the best role player, it's a tie. I'm so happy to announce that the best role players for today's evening is our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sumit Kumar, and our table topic master, Toastmaster Naren. Congratulations to both of you. So double party here. And hold on, the best speaker for tonight. The lady who gave a first speech in Kolkata Toastmaster Club and earned lots of love from all of us. Congratulations, Toastmaster Nivedita. And we look forward to having you again in our meetings. And we have various other things to celebrate as well. Because our club has already won the Fantastic Five Award for this year. And also we are eligible to be distinguished. And with that, we add another jewel to our crown as we induct guest Kirti Sethia. We'll be adding two more letters to you, that is TM, Toastmaster. And for doing so, I request Toastmaster Shaurya Roy to do the honor.
I wish I had a crown here. I could have just
We're just waiting. I was just waiting to be at CCC to deliver all the crowns and all the pizzas and everything. Yes. So Toastmaster Shaurya, are you there?
I'm mute, I think.
Just hold on.
Come on, Shaurya, don't make me wait any longer.
Maybe, sir, Rahul, are you there?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, Rahul. As you were speaking of the moon, Kirti was shining in the moonlight. And so I'll request you to induct her as the member. Maybe Shaurya is facing some technical glitch.
All right. First of all, it's a pleasure. I'm doing this for the first time, and a warm welcome to Toastmaster Kirti Sethia. We've seen you come into the meetings as a guest for multiple times now. You've taken up table topics 1 or 2 times, and the best thing is that you're so diligently you're there in every meeting before us. So it is a silver lining having you in our club, and we wish to see some fantastic speeches, fantastic role plays from a future and a very good potential public speaker in you. So I formally induct you as a part of Kolkata Toastmasters Club now. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul and Kirti. We are so happy to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you so, so much. Wow.
Here's your certificate of membership.
This is beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. As beautiful as you.
Thank you.
And with that, I conclude today's meeting. We have lots to rejoice.
Yes.
The moonlight, the rain, because we have to wake up at 5 a.m. at least for tomorrow. Because Projal has inspired us enough. On that note, see you, all of you, next week at 7 p.m. The Zoom link will be shared with all of you. Thank you. Good night.